Hi dear friends and followers, I am your officer Aerospy. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to deal with the maintenance process. So in previous video I explained about how the aircraft is manufactured. So in this video we learn how it is maintained. So before going to the topic, I want to clear what is aircraft maintenance is all about. So aircraft maintenance is a process in which it is ensured that airworthiness of an aircraft or an aircraft components. So it includes the inspection, overhaul and the detection of the failure things. So you may ask why it is so necessary to stress on aircraft maintenance. See, aircraft maintenance is usually done because to ensure the safety while the flight is on board. So who regulates this aircraft maintenance? So aircraft maintenance is regulated by ICAO. This is the organization called International International Civil Aviation Aviation Organization. So International Civil Aviation Organization. So what is the key role of this organization in aircraft maintenance? So ICAO directs the rules and regulations or the manuals prescribed by it to the local airworthiness authorities. So the local airworthiness authorities imposes all that rules and regulations so as per prescribed to the maintenance task once it begins. So why we have to maintain our aircraft? So because there are some reasons. The main reason is aircraft safety. Aircraft safety. See, take an example. Many of you have your two-wheeler vehicle. So in once in 1 month or 2 months, why you do the service or why you have to maintain them? Because to ensure its life, the vehicle has to maximize its life and give you a good performance. So for the same reason, we maintain the aircraft for aircraft safety. In that we ensures the airworthiness at its best. So our main intention to maintain the aircraft is to maintain the airworthiness at its best. So I am using the word airworthiness. So what it is airworthiness is? So airworthiness is a measure of an aircraft suitability on its flight. So how come the conditions are there once the flight is on airborne? So so airworthiness certification is the must, and there is a question like who issues the airworthiness? So the National Aviation Authority. So the National Aviation Authority Center, which is in the state in which the aircraft is registered. So that authority issues your airworthiness. For example, my aircraft is with the Indian registration. Say it is VT145. So the VT stands for the of registration of vehicle in India. So it is Indian registration. So VT145, for this vehicle the National Aviation Authority of India issues the airworthiness certification. So coming to the part, now who maintains the aircraft? So we have issued everything and all set, and my aircraft has to be maintained in a good proportion. So who maintains my aircraft? There are some engineers called aircraft maintenance engineers. So that course is totally different from the aeronautical engineering. The AME course is different, that with a duration of 4 years, and you need to go under an OGT training for at least 6 months or 1 year. So then the respective MRO companies will recruit. So this AMEs has to get the licensed. Every staff in the aircraft maintenance division has to get the license. License is given by DGCA. So in India, Director General of Civil Aviation. I repeat, DGCA is Director General of Civil Aviation in India, issues the licenses for the aircraft maintenance engineers. So more precise, I want to take it as licensed aircraft maintenance engineers, so that it will be appropriate to use this word, licensed aircraft maintenance engineer. So under this there are some another mechanics called aircraft maintenance mechanics and aircraft maintenance technicians. So these aircraft maintenance technicians go through the airframe structure and the power plant. So the aircraft maintenance mechanics go with the AME people. So before going to the maintenance task, there are some manuals prescribed by international agencies, as we discussed in previous video, EASA and FAA. So the European Aircraft Safety Agency and the Federal Aviation Administration. So these two agencies impose some manuals for such and such model, and how to maintain it. Everything will be given in that manual. So the AME engineers, aircraft maintenance engineers, has to follow that manual and maintain the aircraft. So now we got to know what all we have to be with to maintain an aircraft. So I said before, AME person has to be licensed aircraft maintenance engineer. So how do you get the license by DGCA? So in DGCA, it issues the AME license going through the Rule 61 of 1937 Aircraft Rules Act. So there is an act called Aircraft Rules Act of 1937, so in which the rule number 61 states that the procedure to issue a license for AME. So in that, first the DGCA ensures the airworthiness of Series L of CAR. So first the DGCA goes through the airworthiness of an aircraft according to the civil aviation requirements. CAR stands for civil aviation requirements. So after going to these procedures, the DGCA, once it confirms the rules and regulation, everything is okay, then it issues the license for an aircraft maintenance engineer. So the website is given in the description below, the website of DGCA, and how the license is done I have given in the description below. And I have gone through a case where one person from India, he did his AME in abroad, call it as X country. So he did his AME in X country, and now he want to do his service in India. So how it is possible? So there is a provision in DGCA rules to convert the license of an foreign to Indian license. So in this, for foreign exchange, AAC 5 of 1991. This is the act in which the DGCA follows the rules and converts the foreign license to Indian license. So I think it takes some time to in the conversion process, but once the all requirements is met, then the DGCA finally declares the license for AME. So yes, I got my license now as an aircraft maintenance engineer. So what is the next procedure I have to carry out so that I can maintain an aircraft? So some of the procedures are, the first one is the checklist. So checklist is the basic and the main document which starts with the to-do list. It is to-do list. It comes in the Appendix D of 14 CFR 43 Act of Federal Aviation Administration. I have given in the description below this manual, you can check out. So next comes, this is for 100-hour inspection. So the checklist itself tells so what all you have to carry out in maintenance. Next comes the scheduled work. The maintenance is divided in two works. One is scheduled and one is unscheduled. The scheduled work goes with the prevent failures. So if some component is about to fail, so you have to prevent it to fail so that we can reduce the cost. And next comes the unscheduled work, which is the repair maintenance. So the component is now, everything is got over, the lifespan of the component is gone, so we have to replace it. So next, in unscheduled work, the sudden failure can be detected and the repair maintenance is done. Next comes the main part of line maintenance. So in line maintenance, according to the AMC of 145 in the article 10, have given this man also in the description below, you can check out. So according to that, line maintenance, how you define the line maintenance? So line maintenance is the process, the maintenance which is carried out before the flight takes off to ensure that no failure is there. Next, in this we do the troubleshooting, defect rectification and the component replacement. So if anything is not functioning properly, you have to replace it. That is done by the line maintenance part. So in the line maintenance is very short and you can do it in the some couple of hours. So next comes the base maintenance. So base maintenance is a process which is very long and it takes some time because there is something involved called checks. So in general, I can take it as C&D checks and technology upgrade and the cabin reconfiguration and paintings. So you have to check the engines. There are some C&D checks. There are some different types of checks. Next I am going to say about that. So for now, C&D checks I am taken. And next comes the technology upgrade. So if the technology in the cabin is very low and now the technology is overcoming that older one, so that components will be replaced. Next, coming to the cabin thing, cabin reconfigurations. So according to the customer requirement, how the cabin has to be configured, so and so the design will be given to the maintenance division. They will reconfigure it. So you want to change the painting of your aircraft. In this base maintenance, your painting also will be done with the new thing. So next comes the shop or the component maintenance. The shop or the component maintenance is mainly for the replacing the older components. So in this, it is also called as a workshop in which your engine, your APU, that is some components called as seats also will be replaced, and if the older thing has corroded, it will be replaced with a new one. So the maintenance procedure, maintenance manuals, it will be more precise if I take it as a manual. So the maintenance manual includes the approved maintenance schedule. This is AMS, what we call approved maintenance schedule. So one AME has to follow that prescribed schedule only. So there is no need to take an extra chance in the tasks assigned. So next, another the planning is called maintenance planning document, MPD. So the maintenance planning is document is assigned to an AME, and again he has to follow the same. No extra things will be done in the maintenance task. So coming to the point of different checks, the A check requires at least of 400 to 600 hours of flight hours. So once the flight is reached 400 to 600 flight hours, the A check has to be done, and it requires 50 to approximately 70 man hours to do the A check. And coming to the point, it has to be in hangar for 10 hours. This is all about the A check. Then coming to the B check, the B check is performed once in 6 to 8 months of a flight hour of an aircraft. So for example, I have an aircraft, so for that every 6 to 8 months, in between that I have to go through the B check, and it requires at least approximately 160 to 180 man hours of time to do the B check. These all the numericals that is assigned by the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration manuals. So for the C check, for every 20 to 24 months. So my flight when reaches to 20 to 24 months of operation, once I have to go to the C check. This requires around 600 hours of man hours to operate the C check. And next coming to the 3C check. So this is also the C check, in which the 3C check is done only because to prevent corrosion. Prevent corrosion and other the kinds of operation like this. And the D check, HMV. D check is a very large check, that is heavy maintenance visit. It is also called heavy maintenance visit. It is done once in 6 to 10 years of flight operations. So if my flight has flown to 6 to 10 years of operation, I have to go through the D check. So this is the very vast maintenance process which requires at least 2 to 3 months of time. Your flight has to be in hangar for maintenance of D check for at least 2 to 3 hours of time. So this is all about the checks and the maintenance process. I hope this video is helpful for you, and I have given the links in the description below. You can go through it for the licensing thing, for the procedure of the maintenance, and the civil aviation requirements. Each and everything I have given in the description below. So I hope this video is worth for you. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel Officer Aerospy. So like, share and comment in the section below. You can ask the question in the comment section. I will answer. And let's meet in the next video. Your Officer Aerospy.